Hey guys, welcome back to the DX Gamer Show and my SimCity Let's Play. My name is OperationDx, and we're here on a Wednesday, April 24th, 2013. So we are just sitting here in Riverview as we are completing the Great Works project, the International Airport, and as you can see, we just completed it. We're gonna cut the ribbon and watch the fireworks go, and we've completed our second Great Works project during this series. Now that we've completed our Great Works project, there's nothing standing in our way to go ahead and get started on our next city. It's gonna be more like a town/city. And in this block of four areas to work with to build cities, we've got this nice scenic type of plot of land. I really like this, and this is basically perfect for our little sleepy town/city. So we're going to go ahead and keep cliffs at the end. We're going to call this city Sleepy Cliffs. Very fitting, but we had to go back to Riverview one more time, and I went ahead and watched this cruise ship fly by as we sent a couple $1,000,000 over to the brand new city. We're probably not going to really need it so much, but this first road development is probably going to knock my 50 grand out of the park there, and we'll probably have to wait for that 2 million injection to come along. But we'll go ahead and get started here, and this is going to be essentially very wasteful as far as the way we're going to lay down the roads. It's going to be all pretty much aesthetic. I had kind of like some preconceived ideas of what I was going to do with this, but you know what? I'm just going to kind of wing it. I was going to draw this whole elaborate thing out, but I also thought that I was going to be working with a more flat plot of land, and actually we're not. So I'm just going to kind of throw some roads around, and I'm going to use pretty much it's like the draw road tool kind of thing, where you can just curve them and move it around any way you like. And that's pretty much perfect for this. I would like to get the ferry boat in this city, not necessarily for the people, but for just for aesthetics, basically. And another thing is I've actually never built it before. I probably no, it actually wouldn't have fit in the last city either. You may have noticed that I went through that 50,000 very rapidly, so we're just going to do a scenic flyover of the roads as we wait for our 2.5 million to arrive into the city. As I was doing this flyby, I really got some cool ideas on the direction I may take the city and the way I might do the road layout and stuff. We'll see how things go, I guess. Mainly, this city's just going to be kind of a big experiment, and I'm not exactly sure how things are going to go. I had planned to draw everything out, but nah, I think it would be just more fun to just wing it. So here we are, we're about to actually time travel again, very similar to what happened to us when we started up Lost Wages after we completed the Space Launch Center. Kind of funny that happens, but it's just kind of like an odd server lag, and I was talking about how I thought that it should send some sort of packet to the city ahead of time or after you finish the project, because it's all on the server and stuff, so I don't really get why that should happen. I think it's kind of interesting too, if you've noticed, when we go into the overview of the entire landscape or region, we can't see that we actually have the Space Launch Center completed. And then when you first go to this city, we couldn't see that we had the International Airport completed. And I think it's kind of funny too, if you noticed in Lost Wages, and we'll probably see in this city, I noticed that like airport has a security's been breached, or the launch center had a virus, and it's like you're supposed to send stuff to those locations to fix them. I just thought that it's pretty lame, to be honest. That's just a couple of nitpicky things that I have with SimCity. Not that I don't really like this game, because I am enjoying myself largely with this SimCity Let's Play series and just playing the game in general. In the comments on some previous videos, it was requested that I use solar or wind power to power my sleepy town, and that comment got a couple of thumbs up, so we'll go ahead and do that for this one. I am going to transport power from Riverview, or not power, I'm sorry. I'm going to transport waste treatment from Riverview, and then we'll just use probably the standard water tower because this isn't going to get too largely populated, and that should be able to handle it. If it gets too crazy, maybe I'll place 2 water towers, and that should do it for this city, town, whatever it's going to be. And honestly, I don't know exactly how long we're actually going to spend in this particular city because it's really not going to have a lot of things for us to do. We're just kind of... This is almost kind of like a time waster city. It's just for fun, and we're just playing around with some ideas here. I might do a lot of bulldozing, depending on if I like what I'm doing here or not. So, yep, let's go ahead and place down the solar array, because I've used wind power quite often, and you've already seen me do that earlier in the series to getting things started. And this is something that I haven't used, so let's do something for the sake of it being new. And then it looks like we've got a nice chunk of water here on the water table map. So we have a large area that we can easily place down our water tower and give our citizens water. Depending on how things work out in the city, I think it's going to be a very interesting place to take some screenshots. I think it's going to be very scenic with this like hilltop kind of thing where we're kind of looking down on Riverview, and if we just tilt the camera over, we can see the airport. Some of the stuff we'll see later. Right now we're just focusing on the roads. I probably shouldn't even have said it if I'm not going to show it, but whatever. I do think it will be kind of an interesting thing to look at once we're all done here. So I am going to put a small bit of industry in the city, as you're seeing I'm doing here. And you also may notice that I'm not using the control key while I'm placing the plots down for the zones. And I'm just playing around with ideas. It's not that I don't know how to do that. I mean, if you clearly watched the series before this, you know that I know how to rapidly slap things down and put them together. We're just kind of taking our time with this and just, you know, I'm just largely thinking about things as I'm doing these. And I'm not sure if I like what I'm doing here. I may bulldoze this, but you can also see like the stepping thing going in play. This is definitely a very hill area, and you can see the roads are causing like a cliff kind of stepping, kind of like our other city. Although we had a really cool thing going on in our other city with the smelting plant, and of course I pretty much destroyed that entire area with pollution, but it was still pretty cool. Also, to note, we are actually on the 2.0 patch of Simcity. I haven't noticed any really large significant differences, but maybe we'll see that along the way. And then I did download that Nissan power car thing. I don't know if that does anything for your city, but we will take a look at that later on. Although, I think from this point, I actually just downloaded and it said I needed to restart the game. So before I did the recording, it actually isn't going to show up in my power menu because I didn't restart as at this time. So we'll check that out after I do a second recording for the next video. It was also mentioned that we got some stuff for the mayor's mansion. I don't know. That's something we'll also have to take a look at if we actually get a large enough population to place it down. But that's not going to happen in this town because we're intentionally sitting with a low population. So maybe that's something we'll get to see in the next city, which I definitely am planning to do a tourism population city, and we'll take advantage of that brand new international airport. Something else that I thought was interesting is when we got the international airport unlock in the beginning of the stages of this map, it told me that I had a casino HQ in the region, which we placed down ages ago. Now, I don't know if that was something I got in the other cities and I didn't just notice, or if it's something that the international airport allowed connection. Because if you recall, in that particular city of Lost Wages, we have a municipal airport, and maybe that made some kind of connection, which would be cool. And it would be cool if those underlying layers of the game that I just don't understand and I haven't kind of discovered or found out yet, and that would be excellent if that were the case. So this is kind of what I had in mind when I was originally thinking of my road design, and some things that like I've noticed throughout like places and stuff that I've been to is these, you know, offshoot connection neighborhoods that do these odd kind of things, and you have to like travel through them, and they're not connected to like main roads or whatever. They're kind of like offshoots, and you know, sometimes like apartment complexes do these kind of things, or some like fancy schmancy neighborhoods do these kind of things, and you can't just drive through and connect to another road from another location. You actually can only enter and exit from one location. They're usually like gated communities and stuff, but this is kind of what I was thinking of, something on this order. And what the crap's going on here? We have a bunch of fire going on, and I don't understand. We just started the city, and that's something that doesn't normally happen right away, and I don't know if that's because we kicked off with the 2.5 million bucks, or if we've got the other city next to us, Riverview, that helps us. And I've noticed this with cities, that the next city that you do in the region, things happen really rapidly, so you almost have to get your basic services in place really rapidly, or you're going to have all kinds of problems. But I don't know why fire is spreading wildly. There hasn't been a disaster or anything, so what the heck's going on? I think the kids in this new sleepy town, it really is a sleepy town. There's nothing to do, so they're just playing with matches and burning their house down. We gotta fix that quickly. Another thing I want to go ahead and get crazy with is trees, and I'm going to be, after I finish this first residential area, I'm going to start placing down some trees to make things look good, and see if maybe they stick around. Maybe the 2.0 patch helped the trees live a longer, although I believe them dying off because of pollution is intentional. But we shouldn't have too much pollution in this city, although we are slightly downwind of Riverview, and it's not going to help. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's put a bunch of trees next to the houses that are in fire. That's not going to be a problem. Yeah. Oh, well, I've noticed actually here we're getting a different sound when we place the trees. So that's definitely something that was done in the 2.0 patch. So there's one thing I've noticed so far. It's got a nice soft kind of sound. It's not that like more thumpy sound that you were getting while you place these things. Okay, you guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you for watching the DX Gamer Show and my SimCity Let's Play. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next episode. Take care, have a great day, and see you later.